the truth hit cold. Catch you in a lie, not a whole thread fold. Classy with the vibe, but the facts get loud. She don't gotta yell, just shut it down proud. Soft on the beat, but her game too strong. Got her own lane and she ride it long. Talk slick once and she clear the room. Realest energy, she bring that. Get a realest, no lie, no cap. Call you out and she don't look back. Truth in her voice, fire in her route. Say her name wrong and you gon' find out. She ain't tryna argue, she tryna expose. Dawn the realest. Keep it cute or keep it quiet.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope all is well with everybody. As you coming in, make sure you smash that good old like button for me, please, if you don't mind. I see Protect Your Peace, sis. You was in here early at 129. I don't know if you're going to double back, but if you do, hey, sister. Hey, Michaela. Hey, Yolanda. You said you're going to be at work, but you'll be listening. Okay. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Mabel. Hey, Latte. Hey, Stuff, Puff, and Stuff. Stuff, Puff, and Stuff. I said that all wrong. Hey, Talisa. Good afternoon. Hey, Yellow One. What's going on, sister? Hey, Miss Ashley. Hey, Miss Judy. You said listening, but you're working. Okay. Hey, Candy Kisses. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Blueberry. How you doing? Blueberry Boots is in the building. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. Hey, Tangela. Let me make sure. Hey, Jackie Rogers. Hey, is that Ramsey? I don't know. I ain't seen your name in here in a long time. I hope all is well with you. How you doing? All right, y'all. So I know we got 29 people in here. I just got home and I was scrolling and I see it's other people live as well. But I was just gonna cancel the live, but I figured I'll go ahead and go live because I haven't been live much. Which everybody do see. My title is When It Comes to Sides, who's right, who's wrong? Does two wrongs make it right? Will it ever end? And so the reason why I said I'll do this live today, because we all know everybody is grown. Everybody gonna want to do what they want to do. I have no control over that because at points we all know I did what I wanted to do as well. But my question is, like I get it. It's everybody still looking at it as sides and some don't look at it as sides. But my thing is, I feel like with this saga drama that, came about since October of 22. Good afternoon, my beautiful sister Nancy. Sending you hugs of love. But I don't know, with the drama came out in October of 22. It's like what 2 weeks away from being 3 years. And I just want to know, I get it because nobody could tell nobody what to do and nobody understands a situation until you're actually in that situation yourself. So I get it. So in order for a person to stop going back and forth, you got to actually get tired yourself. However, I feel like if people are not, the people that's being talked about, if it's not being brought to them and they're not going to see it for themselves, are we just as guilty as the other people we talk about when we carry bones? Because when you carry bones, if a person say that they're out of it, they don't want to know nothing about it, and you send it to them, is that being like a initiator, like, instigating? I mean, because at the end of the day, we got to look at it. We all grown, but it's just weird how you have people going back and forth, and one person will say they're right over another person. Hey, Dominica, how you doing, sis? And I don't know. I mean, is it a thing where you can blame people, or is it just where you got to get tired and stop going back and forth yourself? I mean, I don't know, because of course I done been there myself. Hey, Voice and Value sis, how you doing? Good to see you. But I just want to know, what's the end game? I mean, is it gonna be where somebody, is buried 6 feet under for it, to stop, or is it just where it's just gonna keep going? I mean, and going and going and going. Hey, Latrice. Cause it's just weird to me, because I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and yeah, I watch everybody lives on this side. I might just don't comment, and there's a reason for that. But I don't comment, but I do support everybody. Um, Even if I don't catch the actual live right then, I go back and watch it. Hey, Sugar Pop, how you doing? But it's just, I don't know, like, for example, I watched D Ham live last night. Well, while he was live, and I seen when J Bands came up there, I seen Mika was up there, I seen Upper was already up there. Hey, Sexy Red, and I seen that it was about to go left, but I think it was a good thing that D-Ham was trying to talk to J-Vance to see if they can, stop going back and forth. Because a lot of people just, sometimes even with men, they ain't want to go back and forth because they say that's women things that, with the going back and forth. Hey, Lolita Jones. Hey, Stop the Cap. Hey, Sexy Red. Hey, Jess Andrea. Hope all is well with you all. Hey, Love Me For Real. Hey, Caprice. How my sisters doing? I hope all is well with everybody coming in. Y'all make sure y'all smash that good like button for me. But so I was watching that with D Ham and J Bands. And hey Malish, how you doing, Libra sis? And I don't know, I feel like, a lot of times us people on the outside looking in, we wonder why people have people coming on their panels, why we go to other people's panels. And at the end of the day, we should do what we feel best. We shouldn't let other people control how we do things. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you should, talk it out, then talk it out. But what I don't get, hey Robin, I know you working. Hey Dreamy Girl. What I don't get, because I also, me being a little nosy, I did creep up in J Band's live this morning, and I seen where Lex and Amber was in there, and I seen where J Band's was pretty much, he still was kind of shading Amber, but was being a little more respectful towards Lex. And what my conclusion of just watching that, I feel like a lot of it could probably end. But for example, with J Bands, and I'm not beefing with nobody out here, y'all. I get it. I don't care for them. They probably don't care for me. Cool. That's why I no longer decide to, go listen to them, even if I'm being mentioned, and I might not be mentioned, but it really don't matter. But what I feel like with J Bands, with accountability, and I get that J Bands, Miss Fee is your mama, so you gonna protect her at any cost. Hey Joanne, you gonna protect your mama at any cost. But I do feel like a lot of times you come out here you be swinging for your mama, and I guess maybe you be at work and you don't be knowing what's going on. I feel like a lot of times the big cause of reasons why people go back and forth is because people watch the chats, and the chats is the main problem, because in those chats, whoever being talked about are not being talked about in the chats, they're being talked about. And so then that make other people want to defend themselves. But then if they defend themselves, it's a problem. And everybody always want to holler, well, why is you in the chats? Well, why is everybody in the chats? I mean, because apparently we all have something on our nose. We all like being nosy to a certain extent. But the thing of it is, we also have to take accountability, because if we don't go be nosy, what we don't know won't hurt us. Also, if people don't carry bones, what we don't know won't hurt us. But I just feel like a lot of it is because we all put our nose somewhere else. Whether it's in somebody chat we support or don't support, if we there for it, we being nosy. And if we see our name, we gonna get mad about it. I mean, it's just life, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, drinking me a cut water lemonade flavor. Okay. Wait a minute, let me read this before I go. Now, if someone is going to bring harm to you, then yes, I'm telling. But other than that, I ain't saying ish. And I get that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of stuff can cause a lot of, problems. And it's just really honestly depending on, at Lady Bug's Heart Apartment. Just stopped in to say, okay, sis, I hope everything goes well with Ladybug. Praying everything is okay. Hey, Tinies. Hey, Potato Pieces. I see you came back in. You double back. You are so true. That's why I watch and don't comment. Hey, Black Knight. How you doing? Let's see. Hey, Camille. Gonna say it though. His mama be lying and starting. Hey, Jenny, sis. Yeah. So what I've noticed, because I feel like, and don't get me wrong, Miss Fee, I'm not trying to go back and forth with you. And if you want to talk about me, I really don't care. Because like I say, y'all might not like me. I don't like y'all either. Hey, Michelle, sis. But what I'm saying is, I feel like you do be telling your son stuff. Thank you, Protect Your Peace, for my fast super sticker. Love you. But I do feel like you be telling your son stuff, and I feel like you don't tell your part in it, because a lot of times I feel like Jay Vance be out here swinging for you and don't have a clue what's going on till he actually come and try to confront somebody on a panel. Because you do be talking about Amber them in the chat and stuff, but then you play innocent. Just because you don't go live, you still typing it in the chat. Same as like with Ashley D, Break Room, Amora, everybody is guilty of doing it, even people on this side. So what I'm saying is, and maybe I see things different because I'm out the way. Yes, Sugar Pop, I'm back monetized. Yes, I is. Well, this is the first time this channel has been monetized, thanks to Am helping me with my appeal video. But I don't know if it's because I might see things different because I'm no longer in the way. Hey, Ross. But I feel like, too, I don't know if it's too because, I talk to a therapist now. I have video calls every month. And so maybe I do see things different. But what I don't understand is, like, I don't know, like, how long is this supposed to last? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Real Talk, No Chaser King. How you doing, Pratt? Hey, I'm Chosen, sis. But, like, with the going back and forth, I mean, is it to a point where people just gonna keep going back and forth and somebody get hurt? Because, people pulling up on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Loveless Tay, miss you too, sis. I mean, like, is it where you can ignore it, or do you just feel like you got to do your bit one and get one back? Because, like I say, I'm definitely not innocent. Like, I done did the back and forth myself. But I'm just saying, like, how far do it go before everybody's ready to stop? Because I see a lot of people say, well, this side is worse than the other side. And I feel like both sides done some shady stuff. And that's where we need to take accountability, because some people could do stuff and you match that energy, and some people choose not to match it. Just like I say, with me, if you know me, you know me. I don't like nobody to come at my son or my deceased parents or my deceased sister. However, it's been done to me plenty of times, but just because I don't like it being done to me, I don't do it to them. And yeah, I could talk about people, deceased parents, I could talk about their kids or whatever, but at the end of the day, it really ain't getting me nowhere, to be honest. So, I mean, what do you gain and what do you lose by this? Because I get drama, it's going to sell. It's definitely going to sell. Positivity, not so much. Because, for example, when I went live the other day, it didn't even hit 1K. And that's because I really wasn't talking about much of nothing. And I get it. Just like right now, I only have 73 people in here, but it's cool because if it's interesting to you, you'll come back and watch the replay. And if you choose not to, that's cool too. What's going on, Lexus? But what I'm just saying is, like, if somebody do you wrong, do you got to do them wrong, because two wrongs don't make a right. However, I've noticed in this saga, when they come for you, you got to come back, because trust me, I was one of them people. But now I'm just to the point where, to keep it a book, y'all all know Break Room came out here, and I'm not going to lie. When she told that lie, which I still never got an apology for it, because I've also heard her say she don't lie. But we all know I did have a CPS case open when I had whooped my son and the belt hit him in the eye, and I sent him to school, and they came out and, closed the case. However, I've never lost no custody of my son at all. Like, point blank period. There's never been no records of me beating him, starving him, or nothing, but I never got an apology for that. And I felt like at that time, I wasn't even going back and forth with Break Room, but she stepped in because I was beefing with somebody else. However, I'm not here to really go back and forth about what was done and what wasn't done, because we also know Amora bashed my daddy. My daddy ain't did absolutely nothing to her. Basically, I had came out with some old messages, as they say, between Jai and Bree, and she felt like she had to rip me a new asshole, which I don't get that, because what I do understand with content creators, as everybody say, are bloggers, we should be able to talk about whoever, and it shouldn't make one person mad over the other person, because I feel like if it's our content and we want to talk about it, we should be able to talk about it. So, like, right now, we all know I said I wasn't going back and forth, talking about Brianna no more. And mainly it's because don't get me wrong, I still don't care for Brianna, and I'm pretty sure she don't care for me either. But at the end of the day, my brother's livelihood is more important than me talking about Brianna, especially when it could cause him to get, some days or something. So I'm not going to go there, regardless. If I feel like, talking about her, I'm going to get more people over here, and, people will probably bless me. I'm not even stressing over that, because like I've always said, our money ain't good money. And I feel like with this internet and this saga, if you don't bring drama, you're not really gonna get love. But however, it be like the supporters be like, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. And don't get me wrong, I love the supporters that I do have. But I feel like a lot of times we have messy supporters that like to keep stuff going, with the back and forth. And I feel like that's the main problem, is because the supporters will say don't do this, don't do that, but they be the ones bring it back. Then they say they tired of listening about Bree and Robert, but I don't believe that's true because Latte and like Lupac, they lives be packed. I'm pretty sure when Amora coming for Robert and all of them, her lives be packed. And really, at the end of the day, we all here because of that. So people do want to hear about it, regardless if it's owed to us. It's not owed to other people because they want to see the end game, because they was here in the beginning. So I definitely get that. And wait a minute, Latte said, "Don't, I will not go back and forth with anyone because they don't really know me, but I do understand your stance." Hey, Christina. And you're not because she don't feel she was wrong. Yeah, I know I'm not going to get an apology list, but the thing of it is, it's not the truth. Like, I can get, and a lot of people used to get mad at me because I would bring out certain stuff and they say I shouldn't do this and not do that. But I always put a receipt to it. Just like what I had to realize is, people don't like me and everybody don't gotta like me. I feel like I'm a likable, lovable person, but everybody is not gonna like me. And a lot of that has to do with dealing with this saga, but they don't personally know me and I don't personally know them. So they're not gonna make me lose no sleep just because they don't like me. I mean, it's cool. Hey, Tennessee girl, sis, I love you too. I hope all is well with you. God has been keeping you. Yeah, definitely. And my aunt and them been praying for me. You know what I'm saying? Don't so true. Some is very messy. They definitely are. But like, I get it. Because when people come at you, you definitely want to pop back out, especially when it's a lie. But what I realize, when people don't like you, they gonna believe whatever. For example, when me and Felicia was into it, and Felicia said I had AIDS. Y'all know I had showed, blood tests and the paperwork, and it showed I didn't have AIDS. And they was like, well, that was an old test. Even though I hadn't been with my baby daddy, in years, so it still should have showed if I had AIDS, I had AIDS. So what I do, my dumb self go run to the health department and take another AIDS test. I showed it. It showed it was negative. They still said I had AIDS. So what I have to believe is when people don't like you, they're going to say whatever. So, I have to be okay with that because everybody's not going to be on my side. Everybody ain't going to think that I'm right. And, sometimes I'm wrong. And I have to, sit back and realize what happened and, realize I was wrong. And a lot of stuff I did, like I had told y'all in the beginning, a lot of y'all was like, yeah, y'all wanted to know what was going on with Brianna. But at the end of the day, I could have just gave Robert that stuff, boom, bam, been done with it. But what I felt like, yeah, Brianna didn't necessarily do nothing to me. It was her supporters. But what I was wanting from Brianna was to tell her supporters to back up off of me. However, she can't tell them what to do. But me just hearing her tell them that would have made me feel a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? If that made any sense to y'all. Thank you, Sugar Pop. I love you too. Sexy Red said the truth speaks for itself. And that's true. You just the real one, and most people don't like real. And that's true. And that's the thing. I don't feel like I should have to, be a certain way for people to like me. Because a lot of people might suggest something and I could take that suggestion and I might not. But if you genuinely support me, then you should be okay with how I move. And you should be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong. And, I should be able to take criticism, good or bad. But I'm not going to just let it be something, to have me where I'm about to spiral out of control just because you don't agree. Hey, Spicy Brown sis. Hey, get right with LB. I hope y'all both doing good. The truth is not something everyone is willing to accept, but it all works out for the good. And that's true. That is true. Girl, I went off in the fake Israelite post today. I'm sick of them bashing brothers. I was coming and talking shit to all them hoes up in there. And then they started inboxing me on Facebook, and you cussed them out. Good afternoon, Brandy. How you doing? Whenever a person can take accountability is all right with me. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Hey, Dolly, how you doing? Thank you, sis Nancy. That's the thing, like, I get it. At first, that first time when I went live, and to be honest, y'all, I don't know. I just really, I could go live even before I got monetized, and I ain't even been live. This is my second time being live since I've been monetized. But I just feel like I'm not going to be in the algorithm because I simply don't want to go back and forth with them over there. No, I don't care for them, but however, I feel like now what they say, it don't matter. Even if they lie on me, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Angel. Because at the end of the day, when they talked about my mom and daddy, I'm now realizing that it's nothing they could say to harm my mama and daddy. They're resting in peace / paradise. So what can they do? Of course it's gonna hurt me because they're my parents. But I mean, it ain't gonna get me nowhere but mad. And we all know I done went through some drunk times on here where I just come on here and go slam off. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do that no more. And if that's what it's gonna take to get like a big crowd, then I'm just gonna have to face reality and know that sometimes I might have hell 0 to maybe 20 people in there, and it's okay. Because at first I used to be like, oh, they getting them views, but at the end of the day, if I gotta swallow my pride and go back and forth and do what I was doing before, that get blessed, I get views, then they can have it. Because I don't want to be a part of it. However, I am nosy and I will go listen to stuff to a certain extent to where I feel like maybe I done heard enough. Hey Lisa, how you doing, sis? That's sad talking about deceased people. It is sad, and I feel like kids should be, where they not talked about. I feel like parents shouldn't be talked about. Deceased are living. But, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they don't have nothing to do with this saga / drama. So why are we bringing our loved ones in to be attacked? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's weird to me. And I see like it's a lot of malicious stuff going on. But at the end of the day, I feel like both sides are guilty. And we're going to continue being guilty if we, go back and forth with them. I mean, I get some stuff is hurtful and you feel like you got to go back and respond. But at the end of the day, when you respond, they just going to respond. And so it's going to just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So what's the actual end game? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is you ever going to get anywhere with the going back and forth? I mean, you know what I'm saying? And no, I can't tell nobody what to do, but I just feel like when will enough be enough? I mean, is it gonna be where somebody actually get harmed or somebody's livelihood be taken for, for it to change? You know what I'm saying? And then you got like, hmm, I I've seen it even when I used to go over there and be nosy. It's like if a content creator is talking about moving on, you have a lot of people in the chat that, don't want to hear that. And, I feel like that's sad because a lot of people don't understand it's stressful going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And stress ain't good for your health. I mean, and what do it prove? I mean, because I could go out here and go back and forth with every lie that been told about me. But at the end of the day, they don't like me, so they're gonna believe the lie anyway. So what am I proving? Me just out here looking dumb and embarrassed? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Don't it makes no it definitely don't make no sense, Lisa. It don't. Hey Kim Kobe. I hope all is well with you. Miss Sexy Race is so true though. But yeah, I mean, and I'm probably all over the place because yeah, I didn't take notes or nothing. But I mainly said I was going live because I had seen I was scrolling and I took my nose into J Band's live, and I was seeing comments where, he was saying, for himself, he not really wanting to do all of this. And it's like in the chat, they just like, no, keep going, keep going. And I just think that's crazy. And I've seen it on this side as well. So I'm not going to play blind eye and just be like, that side do this and that side do that. Both sides done did a lot of terrible shit. I can't say one done did more than the other, because it just depends on how you take stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey Sharon, hope all is well with you. But and they'll say that, this side done the worst of the worst, but I feel like both sides done the worst of the worst. Because at the end of the day, everybody came out here defending either Robert or Brianna. And so what I don't get, in between defending one or the other one, why was it where other people's personal lives was attacked? Because at the end of the day, everybody felt like they had a right to speak on it. And who was to tell anybody if they was right or wrong for not speaking on it? Speaking on it, why did it bring where people had to, be pulling up people's backgrounds, searching people's houses, searching people's, stuff that really had nothing to do with it. It was all because we all know Brianna came to the internet with it and put it out there publicly. And that gave everybody, the what, green light to go. So being that everybody might didn't agree with one person over the other, did that mean it had to go to personal attacks? You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't get. Like, how did it get so bad? You know what I'm saying? I feel like this should never went this far, and it shouldn't even still be a thing, because they love to say Brianna done moved on. Well, Robert done moved on too. So why is it still a thing? And I mean, I get it. Bloggers, Robert might do something stupid, now, and they talk about it. Brianna do something stupid, they talk about it. But what I don't get is why we living in the past of Brianna and Robert when they're no longer an item. Like, I feel like neither one of them will be able to ever move on gracefully. Like, if everybody's gonna keep mentioning them as a pair, like, they're not together. So why we gotta keep reminiscing on what Robert and Brianna did? Like, she with somebody else. Robert is out here on his player mode because everybody say he in a relationship with Amir. But if that's the case, then she a dummy too. Like I had said about Season, because he's saying he's single. So I don't know. Me just being grown, ain't no man about to tell me, well, on the internet say he's single and we in a relationship. So I don't know. I feel like he out here living his best life. She out here living her best life. So why are we roping the two together? Like, yeah, Momo is the only thing holding something in between them. Then there is a lot of different content you could talk about besides the saga. There is so much going on in the world that's more important, just my opinion. And I agree, Lolita, because I talked to my therapist yesterday, and she was, she was even trying to give me ideas of stuff to talk about. And like I was telling her, honestly, I just don't really be wanting to go live, because if you're not for drama, they not going to be here. But then I had to realize, even if I don't have a big crowd, it's okay, because the crowd I do have, I know that you guys genuinely support me. Get right with LB said I got married, so I haven't been on YouTube much. I met my husband on Facebook dating 6 months ago, and now we're married in June. I love that means I spent a lot of time with him. Okay, congratulations on the marriage. Get right with LB sis. That's all right. Okay. Congratulations. And yeah, I can talk about other stuff. And the thing of it is, honestly, I ain't never been a content creator. I still don't consider myself one. I basically just came out here swinging in support of my brother, because even when I dealt with Brianna, I wasn't doing no swinging. I just got attacked because, I believed her over my brother. But honestly, I really don't give myself that title. I just say I got a channel. Well, I got 3 channels. But I don't really see myself as a blogger. And I probably could give good commentary, if I probably put the energy into it. But I don't know, y'all. I gotta work on myself. I can't say I'm out here perfect. Like, I'm just as normal as anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what I might come out here with, and if I don't do big numbers, I'm totally okay with that. I'm just basically coming out here to try to get my little check from YouTube. And that's why I ask, please watch my ads. You know what I'm saying? I do have super stickers, super chats, memberships, but I don't feel like I'm about to be begging for it. If you feel like you want to bless me, you'll bless me. If you don't, I'm not going to say that you don't support me, because by you being here, that is support. Talk about therapy. I don't get the views either, like talking about when I go live, but one day I will be monetized and not off the saga. And that's a good thing when you could say you got monetized and not off of this saga. Because if you get monetized dealing with this saga, that's what people expect for you to stay stuck in. And I don't want to stay stuck in this saga. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Hey K Brown, how you doing? I have had sex with 4 men my whole life. The first one raped me and I was a virgin, and then I had 3 relationships since my husband is my 4th man I've had sex with. So at 50. Oh yeah, that's definitely good, sis, because woo, y'all know me. I was the hoe that didn't get paid for it, but hey, I had friendly coochie, as they say. I love you too, Tennessee guy, sis. But yeah, so I mean, hey, Lasanda, sis. I don't know when I'll be going live, because I mean, I definitely know I'm gonna have to go live more than I have, because these bills ain't gonna pay themselves, and I'm definitely not gonna come out here and just be dry begging for my bills. But I don't know where this gonna take me. Hey Demetria, how you doing? Hope all is well with you. But I just want to know, what's the end game? Like, is we gonna just, like, keep going back and forth, or is we just gonna stop, start ignoring the noise? Like, what we doing? I stopped counting after 5. They get expunged after a few years. Hot damn it. Lisa, my aunt doing good. I had just left her house before I came live. I got that TV that she had, she didn't break it when it fell, but somehow or another, with her can't see with the remote, she took the where you can't see the picture, so it's black. And so I can't fix it. And her TV, it's not like mine. Mine have like a menu button on the TV, and hers don't, so I can't get the picture out. So I swiped put the smaller one in there that she had in her storage closet, but now she can't find a remote for that one. So I'm trying to program it. It wouldn't program, so I deprogrammed it, was put it back to the default settings, and I still can't program it. So it was hell. I left her house about 3:15, and I told her I'd just go back up there tomorrow, because I gotta go to the bank for her too, because her research for her apartment, it's done came up, so I gotta go to the bank and let them fill out some forms. So I'm gonna see if I could get it fixed tomorrow, so she'll quit driving me crazy. I don't know why she wouldn't just leave the other TV in there, being she can't see. But I guess she's saying if somebody was to come over, they'll be able to see the TV, which I guess I get. But anywho, hey Dee Dee sis, how you doing? I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well. But yeah, so I mean, y'all, I don't know. I feel like a lost soul out here, because it's like, honestly, I don't be wanting to go live, because I'm stuck in this algorithm from this saga. And I feel like if I'm not talking about Robert and Brianna, or going back and forth with the people on the other side, people ain't gonna want to hear it. And I feel like, well, I know it ain't a feel. I definitely know I'm done. I'm not doing the going back and forth. I don't care. I just don't. I don't care what they say about me. You know what I'm saying? They could talk about my looks, talk about how old I look. None of that is gonna be determined for me to get in hell or heaven. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to look up some tea. Okay, Malish. She said, good to hear your auntie is doing better. Yes, I am glad about that. So, y'all going for it. I don't know. I might not be out here as much as I was when I was going back and forth. And it's okay because, I'm not going to bash whoever. Like, if I'm in the bushes and I see you in a live that's about drama, I'm not going to get upset because you don't be in my life. Because some people just like drama, and I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I can't choose where nobody go. I could choose what I do because, at the end of the day, I'm grown and I got to do stuff for me. I get it. It's going to get more attention, more views, but I don't got to be the one that be in the crowd. I could be standing alone. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because eventually I'll get there. It might take a while, but I will get there. But I don't wanna. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm not going back and forth with Miss Fiji, Bands, Ashley D, Break Room, Amora. I'm not going back and forth with none of them. Like I don't like them, but I'm not going back and forth with them because I mean it is pointless. I'm not gonna be arguing with people that I know what's going on with myself. You know what I'm saying? You could come back and talk about football. I'll be right here with you. Yeah, Sharon. Now that if we talking about my Eagles and football in general, now my Eagles doing good, and people don't like that because we 4-0 right now, honey. And people is mad about us Eagles, but we doing our thug sizzle out there. You know what I'm saying? We doing pretty great. So yeah, my Eagles is doing good. And yeah, I don't know what I want to talk about honestly, but I definitely, if it's dealing with drama, it's not gonna be my drama. I might do content or whatever on somebody else's drama and give my opinion, but anything involving dealing with this over here, with the going back and forth, I'm not doing it. Let's chat about relationships, past experiences, and current. And see, Sugar Pop, I did want to talk about relationships, and we could definitely do that. I also try to see if I could get some men involved because I feel like, if it's just us women giving opinions, we also need the opinion of men as well because, sometimes we don't be looking at it both ways. Tennessee girl, not you all for the cowgirls. Y'all people, I don't think you got the attitude of most cowboy fans, though. I can't say that. No need to go back and forth. It's not worth it. It's not. Hey, Lolita sis. Hey, Brittany sis. How y'all doing? I'm still waiting for you to do the one about the cancer gene. Yeah, I do need to do that. Hey, Terry, bro. How you doing? Look, Terry, I done called you bro. You know you the king, but you still a bro. You know what I'm saying? You still my broski. I got my brothers and my sisters. People don't like when I call people my brothers and sisters, but y'all already know what I say behind that. But yeah, I feel like I'm a lost cause out here right now because I really don't know where I'm going. I need to be guided in the right direction, but I don't even know what's the right direction. I just know I don't want to talk about this saga drama. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely be in the bushes being nosy. I'm gonna have to start at least speaking so people will know I'm there. I've been hyping people's channels up, but I don't know. It's not for me no more. You're a Bears fan? Okay. Not the Bears. But yeah, I don't know. But we can definitely do the relationship thing. We can also talk about the CDH1, like how that go with the gene. I wish I could get some of my family members that done had the surgery, whether it was preventative or that actually had cancer. So, we can get their side of, what it all took them through and what they're dealing with now. because it affects a lot of us different, you know what I'm saying? And like out of all of us that had the surgery, my niece, Tam's youngest daughter, she's the only one that has, he actually made her a little pouch. The rest of us are just straight, esophagus attached to the small intestine. But Kaylin is the only one has a small stomach. And he said, Dr. Salo said that was only because she was the most heaviest out of us. He was able to make her a small pouch. We don't want these new age dudes' opinions. We need some old school. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, some old school brothers. Hey, Ashley Chat says, how you doing? Talisa said, "Don't I'm glad that you are doing a reflection of yourself, like we all should. The truth being out there, the truth stands on its own. I love your family and keep all y'all in my prayers. We love you too, sis. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I could take accountability, and I feel like a lot of it, if I could go back, I probably would change some things. I definitely wouldn't have let people that I don't know piss me off and go back and forth with them, because it really didn't get me anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It really didn't get me absolutely nowhere, because they still feel the way they feel, and I still feel the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? And like I say in the beginning, if Brianna would have just told her supporters, don't come for me. However, they might have wouldn't have listened to her. I probably wouldn't have put all the stuff out there I did, towards her. I would have just gave Robert what he needed. But when she didn't, being that I know she has a big influence over them, that made me go batshit crazy. And I just felt like, let me put everything on the ground, and that's where that came from. You know what I'm saying? I don't, like I say, I don't care for her, and I'm sure she don't care for me. I don't care for the people across the street, and I'm sure they don't care for me. But at the end of the day, just because they don't like me, it's not stopping absolutely nothing, because I'm still waking up every day, until God decide that my day is over, Yes, don't I love that idea of relationships, health, and June. Yeah, I'm trying to get it together. Y'all know what I'm saying? Terry said, don't send any Vikings fans in the chat. Y'all gonna get y'all ass spanked by the Eagles real soon. That part, bro, that part. Hey, Timmy, how you doing? There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Educate us on your journey with no stomach. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to educate y'all on that. And y'all, since I've been out the way and I ain't been drinking like I used to, like, cause I used to have 3-4 drinks, maybe 5, when I was going live, and y'all could tell, cause I mean I talk slow anyway, but it was like a slur slow. But like I drink 1 drink a day, and I even cut down on the size of the drink, because I used to use my tumbler, which is bigger, but now I just use like one of the plastic cups, and I think it's like 16, 20 ounce or whatever. So I'm really proud of myself, because I felt like if I just kept going back and forth, a bitch was gonna fuck up her liver and her kidneys from just over excessively drinking. And I had to realize, why am I letting people affect me that I don't know? What's done is done. Just move forward. You right, Lolita. You right. You right. But I'm just saying, I'm just taking accountability of where I feel like I went wrong. And I can see things I've done, because a lot of people be in denial about things they done, and I'm not in denial. I was out here being messy, but I don't want that no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's in the past. Thank you, Tennessee girl, sis. I love you too. But it's in the past. A new leaf, meaning starting over, on to big and better things, positive outlook on things in general. And that's true. You owe nobody explanation. Let them talk. That is true. Also, sis Sugar Pop. That's great to hear, down, sis. Yeah, it is. Cause I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, when I tell y'all I was getting drunker than a skunk, and it's just like, I gotta think about my own health. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, me drinking like I'm drinking, it wasn't affecting nobody but me. And, at the end of the day, I love myself and I'm going to always put myself first, because self-love is the best love. And I feel like that's why a lot of this stuff went on, because people always want to attack people over their looks. But if you don't love your own self and let what other people say about you get to you, then I don't know, how was you raised? Because if you was raised the right way and loved properly, I don't give a damn, because there's people I done call ugly, but just because I think they're ugly, they shouldn't think they're ugly. Because what kind of sense is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Ray Ray Gibbs said, yeah, we all have, but it's time to move on, for real, for real. And you definitely right. Because how long do you just keep going back and forth? But like I say, I have no control over when people should stop or when people should, or they should defend themselves, because I've done it. So mainly people got to get tired for themselves. However, I feel like, when you have genuine supporters, I feel like if you genuinely support somebody, you shouldn't be taking nothing back to other people. If they don't go out and see it for themselves, then what they don't know won't hurt them. You know what I'm saying? It definitely won't hurt them. And even if you're going to go listen to it, be strong enough not to even respond to it. You know what I'm saying? No matter where I live now, I'll rep my city. So that's them Detroit Lions, baby. Okay, Dolly, I ain't mad at it. I should support the Panthers because they in Charlotte, but no. I basically start liking the Eagles because of my sister and my son. And so I've been stuck there ever since. Don't sis have anyone seen Retta? Retta good. She just ain't, she been trying to do her do it yourself stuff. She's trying to get that started back up. She's supposed to be doing like some like pre-videos and stuff, but she ain't did them yet. But too, sometimes you fall in between family situations, so hopefully she gonna get on it. Cause I told her, like, if she gonna Kick, it's different categories on Kick, and she can build her page over there on Kick, and those certain categories with the DIYs and stuff. That's just like me. I'm taking control of my health and my life. I'm eating healthy and exercising. I'm happy with where I'm at. I love myself, etc. Right. You supposed to. Didi Retta do videos about love, fats unless it's gonna harm you. That's the only way I'm saying something. That part. Hey Graces, how you doing? And y'all went in, I had an ultrasound on my thyroid today and they got the results back quick. They called and told me they look good. He said they're a little inflamed. But he said that it is Hashimoto thyroid, but they're not out of control. And I guess that's because I'm still on the levothyroxine for my thyroid. So that's a good thing, and I thank the Lord for that. But I don't know, y'all. Yeah, I guess I'm just talking at this point because, like I say, I can't dictate or control what nobody do. Everybody else gonna have to be tired on their own. But I just feel like, what do it solve? And yeah, you might get good views, you might get more subscribers, that like Miss, and you might get more blessings. But at the end of the day, more than likely, you ain't gonna never run across none of these people. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? I could come out here and lie on people and stuff like they did me, but it's pointless. This shit used to be all fun and games in the beginning, but this is, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like now it's where people threaten people livelihoods. It's causing people to want to pull up on people. People threatening to press charges on people. But what I feel like when it comes to running to the law, I feel like we're all guilty. I mean, we all go back and forth, and some might have did more to the other one than the other one did to the other one. But when you're both guilty and you going to the law, for example, when I was going to charge break room, I told them, we were going back and forth. I wasn't going to get up there and sugarcoat it and be like, oh, I was an angel and she was just coming for me, No, that is not what I'm gonna do. Just like with court, I feel like if I'm guilty of something, I'm gonna admit it. And I might be punished for that, but I feel like if I tell the truth, it's better than telling a lie because you gotta keep up with lies. If you tell the truth, you're just gonna be telling what actually happened. But I don't understand. Some people just lie to be lying, and I don't get it. Like, where do that get you? Because if you ain't taking notes on them lies, when you tell that next story, you're gonna tell a lie. You're gonna tell another lie over a lie. Like, when do lies stop? I mean, where do you get with it? When you come on and talk about anything, you will see how really supports you, don't sis? And I like if you're talking about a certain topic and anything will come. Yeah, and that's what I was saying too, Brittany, in the beginning. And I'm gonna have to just, hey, big Flav, hope all is well with you. And like I say, my last live, I think the house was 51 people. I think that live got 600 and something views. And at first, I was a little embarrassed by it. But then, like I had to tell my therapist, I got to come back to reality. If it ain't drama, I'm probably not going to get, those views that I was getting. But I have to be okay with that. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to come on here to please people for something I don't like doing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, in the beginning, I was all for, up until when I decided to stop, I was all for the shit, going back and forth. But it's pointless. Like, it's really pointless. I don't want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like nobody never had a gun to my head to make me do it. I just felt like, I want to come on here and correct some wrongs. But at the end of the day, people gonna believe what they want to believe. When you on a side, you gonna believe one side over the other side. And hell, it could be some supporters over here. And y'all might know I'm wrong about something, but y'all might go over and argue with them knowing I was wrong, but y'all just gonna do that because y'all support me. But I feel like if everybody fucking with everybody should be able to be truthful. Like, you know what I'm saying? If, say for example, hey Patricia, how you doing? So say for example, say if me and Lex had a disagreement, and say y'all like Lex more than me. And say if in that situation, whatever I'm saying is right over Lex, but y'all gonna agree with Lex because y'all don't care for me. And I just feel like if we grown, we should be able to, take accountability and say if a person is right or wrong, regardless if we like them. Just like Lex, I want to give her, kudos. I was in her live for a little bit. Lex, you got to eating that ice, and I had to peel out there, and I came back because yo crunching on that ice about drove me the fuck crazy. And y'all, that's just a pet peeve of mine. I can't stand smacking or crunching or like belching and stuff. I will leave and come back, but Lex, I love you the long way. But what I want to give you credit for is that you said you felt bad for J Bands because you felt like he's wanting to change, but you feel like, his mama is putting him in stuff. And I'll give you kudos for that because even though you done went back and forth with J Bands, you still was willing to admit you seen where he was coming from and you heard it in his voice. And that's what I'm saying. Even though y'all done had y'all back and forth, you still was grown enough to admit that you heard in his voice that he don't want to do this. But then he gets stuck in it, by his mama telling him stuff and then, break room them hyping him up. And I get it because a lot of us need a hype man, when we on some fuckery. But at the end of the day, where do it get us? You know what I'm saying? Is it when we gonna see the light when we in a hospital bed, fighting for our life because our health deteriorating because we were so focused on somebody else's drama? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do it get us? So I mean, like I say, I'm not throwing shade at nobody because people will love to be like, oh well, Dawn was shading her side. No, I'm saying this for both sides. Like, when is enough gonna be enough? Like, what is being proven by going back and forth? You know what I'm saying? What is it proving? And I mean, I feel like a lot of times it be the people in the chats that make it worse. You have I can say a lot of people have genuine supporters out here, but then you have some of them supporters that I feel like is messy, and honestly, I feel like they be on both sides, just in different names in different chats. You know what I'm saying? Hey Josephine, how you doing? But yeah, I just feel like you have a lot of people that like keeping stuff going up. Keep stuff going, but if they were actually in your shoes, I don't think that they would be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because these people get off this internet and be talking about everybody looking stupid, but they be the ones that keep stuff going, by following in one chat, going to another chat, going to another chat, to another chat. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? I got stuck on Lionia because something is really wrong with her, and I feel for them kids. I don't know what to say about that. Honestly, I just feel like I can say I do feel like Bree might need to get therapy, counseling. And I feel like a lot of people do because I used to, hey, unicorn sis, I love you. I feel like a lot of people probably, I don't know, really, I feel like therapy could be for everybody, even if you got something going on or you don't. I mean, because when people used to be like, they have a therapist, I'd be like, I'd never talk to a therapist. And I told y'all in the beginning, this woman could tell that I didn't want to talk to her. Now, when I go on there, honey, I'm smiling from ear to ear. You know what I'm saying? Just like she was like, we can wait till November, for our therapy session. Because I think I have an appointment with her October the 23rd. And then I want to say I see her November the 20th. And she was like, well, we could just cancel out the October and, do November. And I'm like, no, let's just keep it, because I actually be looking forward to talking to my therapist, y'all. And a lot of people might not want to admit it, but I see my own growth. And I actually give my own self a pat on the back because I could still be going back and forth, but I don't want to. And it's my choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm no longer going to defend myself to people that don't know me personally. You know what I'm saying? Angel said that when you have that thing that draws people to you, you could share your experiences caring for an elderly family member. Sharing experiences, frustration, etc. I think your channel will do well. And since that's what I'm saying, in the beginning, I might not have that many people, and it's shocked to see now 102 people is in here, but I gotta quit looking at the numbers because at the end of the day, if I have genuine support, the numbers shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It definitely shouldn't matter. People be so worried about what people think. And you right about that, Ray. You right about that. Because I was like, they're going to be talking junk. My live ain't do this and ain't do that. And really, when I came to that conclusion, when I was like, my views ain't viewing, and the reason why I felt like people was gonna talk about it because I done threw shade at other people. Just like, when AD and Break Room didn't really get views, I used to talk about their views. And so I felt like, well, I done talked about theirs, mine gonna be talked about. But at the end of the day, I gotta be okay with what I get, I don't get. At the end of the day, it's what I bring to the table. So if people like me, they gonna come regardless. If they don't like me, they're not gonna come. But it is what it is. Lolita said we see it too. I see your growth too, damn. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And you are funny. You will be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just, and I get it. Sometimes, you gotta drift off by yourself, and be that loner. And if my page grow, it grow. If it don't, it don't. Cause what's meant for me will be for me. But I don't want to do the drama. It's not for me. It's just okay to talk to someone that doesn't know you. It's a counselor, therapist, etc. Exactly. Don't think about the numbers. And I think it's because I threw shade at them. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all ain't learned me by now, I don't deal well with rejection. I don't deal well with no either. And that's why I say when my daddy was living, he's a lot of the blame for the way I am now. Like when people say I block my blessings, I feel like I probably do because I'm in my own head, because people done said I'm a beggar, which I know I'm not a beggar, and I'm not doing nothing no different than them. However, it's just, I guess I don't like people talking about something I know is not true, but I cannot dictate or stop or determine what people gonna do or think about me, especially if they don't care for me. They gonna say whatever, and that's just to get aroused out of me. So I gotta learn to start doing things different. But two, my daddy didn't pass the 2020, so it's 5 years now. So you got to think about it. If I was raised for a certain way for 43 years of my life, and trying to change now is hard, even though I see it and I know I need to change, but it's just hard. You know what I'm saying? You have to think positive. And that's true, Lolita. You're right. Do some of the ideas your bro told you to do. And I know because Robert Ben told me that. They thought Robert wanted me. Robert would tell me, don't go back and forth. Don't defend him. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I should have been listening. I should have been took myself out of this. Just like when I talked to Kevin, probably about a week and a half ago or so. We talked on the phone, a good long time, and we had a good conversation. And we was both talking about, we're not going to be defending ourselves and, going back and forth because it's pointless. These people don't know us, Yeah, they might not like us, but I mean, it sounds crazy when you go tell somebody, well, if somebody say, well, why you don't like Dawn? Oh, well, I don't like Dawn because, she put out messages and stuff from Brianna. Okay, so what did Dawn do to you? Oh, well, Dawn ain't do nothing to me. I just don't like her. She guilty by association. I mean, that sounds so silly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people across the way I don't like because not necessarily that they done talked about Robert. They came for me and they don't know me. Like, how can you take from me what I witnessed? Just because you supported Brianna and I seen what I talked about, you want to be mad at me, but you hadn't even never met this woman in person. You know what I'm saying? So make that make sense. You know? Just like people could be like, well, why you don't like her more? And what I can say is because she talked about my brother, but that's not even necessarily it. It's because she dragged me and then you talk dog junk about my parents, which they had nothing to do with this. However, I did talk about the toilet shit, but you brought that out here. I didn't go search and get your background. You put it out there. I don't know if that's true or false or if you did it for sympathy, but you put it out there, so you can't be mad at me about something I discussed. Now, as far as talking about your parents, I don't know them. I just repeated what you said. How can you be mad at me for repeating what you said? I don't know if it was true or false. I mean, I wasn't gonna go do no dumpster diving to figure it out. A lot of stuff I said is because y'all said it. Or somebody told somebody and I repeated it. I don't know if it's true or false. I'm just repeating what I was told, Latte said, I love how you're thinking, honestly. Thank you, Latte sis. Yeah, I'm just, it's too much. Just like, I feel like going forward, if you want to talk about Brianna, that's your channel. That's what you supposed to do. She do something stupid, I mean, by all means, talk about it, because they still going to talk about everything Robert do. You know what I'm saying? And just like with Robert, with Momo in the front seat, I don't know why Robert had Momo in the front seat, but that's Robert's daughter. Why is people plotting, to send Brianna stuff to plot against Robert? I'm pretty sure Brianna done seen it. And and a lot of people say what you shouldn't do and what you shouldn't do, but a lot of people that's got kids Momo size done been in the front seat. It's just that Robert put it on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hey, that one sis, how you doing? But I mean, at the end of the day, who could say who's right, who's wrong? But honestly, if somebody asks you why you don't like the other person and you say it's just because they attacked somebody else outside of you, that shit sounds crazy, when you look and listen to it. I mean, to keep it a buck. Because that's weird to me. Like, if people be like, why y'all don't like Dunn? Oh, I don't like her because she dragged Brianna. What did she do to you? Oh, she didn't do nothing to me. She just dragged Brianna and I support her. Okay. That sounds real grown up and responsible to me. But I mean, it is what it is. People say they only attack people because they've been attacked. But no, I see a lot of people, they attack others because they're attacking another person. You know what I'm saying? Just like with my situation, I feel like I got attacked because I was going after somebody else that didn't have something to do with somebody, but they just decide to bring themselves in it. So I feel like it's just going to be a roller coaster where it's just going to keep being the same thing because people going to attack people. You know what I'm saying? And it might not have nothing to do with them. They just feel like they want to attack them, but where is it getting you? Hey, that girl JJ, what you up to? How you doing, sister? But yeah, I don't know. And I know like with another thing I don't think is cool. Like everybody wanna now talk about kids, and I don't get it. What have these kids done to anybody? Like, I know in the beginning everybody was like, well, don't talk about Brianna kids, but why is it that Brianna kids is the only kids that's important? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you have kids up until like a certain age, they shouldn't be talked about. Now, if you got kids out here that's 18, 20 up, and they out here running their mouth, then more than likely they're going to be talked about because they out here, not being a kid, acting like a grown up. But I feel like, for example, Amber's son is just important as anybody else's kids, across the way. Lex's kids is just as important. You know what I'm saying? Danny's kid, my son is grown. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if Tyree come out here swinging and, somebody want to check him, they can, but I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm coming right behind him because regardless, he might be 30, but he's my kid. He's my grown kid, but he's my kid. You know what I'm saying? On the bright side, had you not came on here, we would have never gotten to know you. It's all about growth and striving to the best for you, best you for you, and even at your messiest, you weren't malicious, in my opinion. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. And I am glad you guys got to know me because, it was a lot of stuff said about me that wasn't true. And, I feel like we're all guilty of that, believing what others say without getting to know people for themselves. Just like, in the beginning with the situation, hey, Kimberly says, how you doing? Just like bro didn't want me, to deal with Brianna, but, I had to get to know her for myself. Because a lot of people, we can be threw off from what other people say, till we actually get to know them for themselves. because a lot of y'all probably thought a lot of stuff about me till you actually got to know me. Because when people don't like you, they're going to put out the worst of the worst and tell lies on you. And, if you with the shits, you just going to believe that with it without even finding out. But I gotta see for myself, and at the end, I might, be like, I should have listened, but I still gotta see for myself. Just like, for example, when Sierra said that Destiny was Robert's, I believed her. I was talking shit about Robert, but Robert was like it wasn't his. And then when they had the blood test, I had to take accountability, and I told Robert I was wrong. I'm sorry. That's the thing. A lot of us want to play the blame game, but never want to take accountability. And how will we ever grow if we don't want to take accountability? Like, I'm not always right. I'm not always right. And I doubt I will, it's times I'm going to be wrong. And sometimes I might not want to admit I was wrong. But in order for me to grow, I'm going to have to take accountability and, realize my fuckery. I always believed in you, sis. Thank you, Tennessee girl, sis. Roster, that's done. I just put a belt on my dryer, back to laundry. Not you just done put on a belt. Okay, sis. I'm really happy for you, though. That piece is priceless. It really is. Like, when I tell y'all, I don't know. I'm so much happier. Like, don't get me wrong. And the good thing is, even though out of all of this drama, I still, I got to meet people from this saga, like, I done met Retta, Danny, D-Ham. I done met Rich. I'm gonna eventually meet Upper and Lex and Amber. I done met Roz, because I was about to say Miss White. But what I'm saying, it's some good things that came out of this saga drama too. So I ain't gonna say it was all bad, That's what I respect about you. Thank you, Sister Lisa. Lolita Sedone, real recognize real. You are one of the realest persons I know. I love you too, sis. Hey, Stephanie, sis. How you doing? Latte said they talk about kids to trigger people to speak out. And I believe that. I believe that. Because, I was triggered when, it was said that, I lost custody of my son. That shit, I ain't gonna hold you. That really pissed me off. And that was kind of a reason why I decided to get out of this, because I knew that wasn't true. But however, being that they don't like me, nobody asked for proof to show that that's supposed to have been true. You know what I'm saying? That was not true. However, I did have a CPS case from me, the belt hitting him under the eye, but I've never lost temporary custody or none of that of my son. Like, but being that they don't like me, they ran with that shit. And I'm like, no. Just like I'm pretty sure I'd probably be still going back and forth if I took the time to go listen to Amora live that day when she talked dog shit about my daddy. But guess what? She don't know my daddy. Like, nobody could take from me that I don't give a damn. Everybody in this world that daddy done been there for them should think their daddy is the best daddy, the most amazing daddy they done ever had. And nobody could take that from me, because I know my daddy was the best daddy ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love that for you, though. This shit is so dark. Continue to stay away from it. Yeah, I'm done. Like I say, I be nosy. And, I watch stuff on this side, being nosy. But I'm not going across the way. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, before I was putting a do not recommend, they might come down my timeline. And I might fall in there. And then I be like, why did I do it? I can't be pissed at nobody but myself for going in there being nosy, because it's something I don't want to hear. It trigger me. And so I gotta learn to, keep my nose to myself. You know what I'm saying? What I don't know won't hurt me. And even if it's told to me, it still don't gotta hurt me. it's if I'm willing to respond to it, I ignore it, you know. And we're gonna make the sisters. I know you gotta see me next time you in North Carolina, Tennessee, sis. And two, um, if we make it to Tennessee, I'm gonna let you know too. You so right. I had the best dad as well. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people that I don't know if people attack people parents is just because they might didn't have the best parents. But I don't know. I feel like me myself, I can go to hell with you. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like my daddy always taught me if it's something I don't like done to me, don't do it to others. Even though if you're trying to match their energy, if I don't like it, why am I going to turn around and do it? And I get it that I feel like they were wrong, so I'm going to do it wrong. And it's not going to make it right. It's just going to make us go back and forth. Because, no, I didn't like, my mama and daddy being attacked. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I got to go do what they did to me. Nobody should be sending you shit, especially if they know you don't want to be in the bullshit. And Lolita, sis, I can tell you this much. People have really been respecting my wishes. I can honestly admit that. They really have. And I appreciate that. Because, a lot of times that will let me know if people genuinely fuck with me or not, if they be messy and send it anyway. But people don't be sending me stuff like they used to. And if I done seen something, I heard something, it's most time because I'm in the bushes on this side of Alive and they replaying something they done said over there. But outside of that, And even if they was to bring something, I don't give a shit. If it come down to it, I'll block them too. I don't want to block somebody that I think genuinely support me. But if you gonna keep bringing me stuff, then I have no choice but to block them. And you say yes, sis, a lot to do in Pigeon Forge. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to let you know when we make that trip that way again. But I just feel like a lot of this will stop if we quit having a lot of bone carriers. Hey, Shanae sis, how you doing? Hope all is well with you. Yeah, I just feel like people gotta stop being messy. And the thing of it is, I don't think this should still be a thing. Hey Lily, how you doing, sis? This should definitely not still be a thing. Y'all, honestly, in 14 more days, this gonna be 3 years. And like I say, I feel like it shouldn't be no sides. It shouldn't be no going back and forth. I feel like if, for example, if Latte, Lupop, Amber, whoever want to talk about whatever, they're grown. It's their channel. They should be able to talk about whatever. However, if you don't like it, don't go over there. Because if you don't go running over there being nosy, you won't know nothing to be mad about or discuss. That's how I feel. If you don't like a person, don't go over there and be messy and be nosy, because then you're going to be mad. And why? You don't know them. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit is weird to me. Like, it's really weird. And yeah, I'm just seeing the light because I was that person at one point. But I just, I don't want to do it. I'm about to be 49 in 7 more days. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta grow up and leave this stuff alone. And then my aunt always talking to me, so that makes a difference. And I now Reverend Richardson, he talks to me because I had told him about how they was trying to find him, and he was like, well, why are they trying to find me? What they trying to tell you? Tell me. And I was like, because I go to church every Sunday. I said, but I still smoke and I drink and I cuss, I dance. He was like, well, he said, I even see on your post, he said, I watch you dancing and I won't hit on it because you'll say this got profanity in it or whatever. And like I told him, look, I'm not going to be ashamed to tell you nothing, because at the end of the day, if my daddy didn't judge me and God see it all, I'm not about to front to nobody on this good internet. You know what I'm saying? Even if I was to ever do hard drugs outside of weed, I'm not gonna deny it because I'm grown. You know, they made me out to be a crackhead, but if I'd ever did crack, I would have admitted it because what can they do about it? They wasn't keeping up the habit if I did have that habit. So it's pointless. The day folks stop being messy is the day when YouTube is shut down for good. And you are definitely right about that. Lily said, period. Like I'm trying to tell you, like the internet, girl, it was shut all the way down because you know drama sells. It really do. I mean, you know, the drama definitely sells. I ain't gonna hold you. It definitely sells. Wait a minute. That definitely got to be the wrong number. There's some Chinese woman on here talking about, do you remember me on the text? Hey, Cindy changed her life. Hey, sis, how you doing? But yeah, y'all, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where the wind gonna blow me, but I just know I ain't going back and forth with nobody. And I know people might feel away because I said what I said. I'm not attacking nobody. I just feel like going forward, do all of this going back and forth. I mean, what is it resolving? Like, when is enough gonna be enough? He cuss a little and drink too. That doesn't mean I don't love God. He knows his daughter better than anyone. That part, like, yeah, he know exactly what I do. I mean, I'm not about to. I mean, other people might front, but I'm not gonna do that. It's pointless. Like, what the hell? Like at that point, who am I trying to prove a point to? Myself or them? Like, really? Mm-mm. So yeah, if I ever was on the crack pipe, I would admit it. I ain't about to be in denial about nothing. But you know, a lot of people that don't know me that hate me for no reason of nothing I did to them put out a lot of lies on me, but I no longer wanna entertain none of that. I prove them wrong because they're gonna believe whatever. Protect your peace. You done made it home. Okay, sis. Hey, Christmas, sis. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. But yeah, I don't want to be one of them pick me, and follow the leader and all of that. I want to have my own mindset. You know, even if people on this side don't get along, that has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? I can't be one of them type people that hate somebody just because somebody else hate them. Because what if they make up? Then I'ma still be mad and they done made up. That shit is stupid. Like, you know, just like it. Hey, D-Ham Broski, what you doing? What's up? What's up? You still in Chicago causing havoc. But just like right now, like, say for instance, if mm, say me and Danny fell out. And say Danny, we know Danny cool with Amber. We know Danny cool with everybody, just about I'm cool with. I would be a complete fool if I be like, y'all better not fuck with Danny because I don't fuck with Danny. Well, what did Danny do to y'all? Just because Danny might have did something to me don't mean y'all should be mad at Danny and she ain't did nothing to y'all. Like, I feel like that's so elementary. You know what I'm saying? Just like I had said plenty of times, it's a lot of people that I know be over here on this side and be over there. Has absolutely nothing to do with me. Now, if you being messy, that's a different story. But if you just over there supporting one person versus the other, that I have no control over that. What's going on, Luke Pop baby? What's going on, sis? Not Big Don in the motherfucking building. You heard? And I'm over here done got monetized. I'm about to try to monetize my other two channels when the time come. But I was thinking, should I even try to? Because hell, I ain't even really been live over here. That's my second time being live. And I've been monetized for what, like a week now? Since like the 22nd, 23rd? Or before then? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do better. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to do better. I just feel like going forward though, everybody need to, decide what they're gonna do. If you're gonna be messy, be messy. But I just feel like all this back and forth is pointless. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really pointless. It's really pointless. And Lubach, I'm proud of you. I seen you did your little impromptu. You might need to do them instead of scheduling your lives. Because when you schedule them, however, I can say I'm gonna give you a pat on the back. Because however, you have been here lately, being about 10 to 20 minutes late versus an hour or two. So see, you improving too, just like me. I likes that. Yes, get all of them monetized. I guess I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to do it. I don't never really do videos just for when I was popping off, but I need to explore my options. I just need to figure out where I'm going with this, y'all. Cause hell, like I say, I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm a content creator, hell. And that's probably why people be like, I don't give good commentary on shit, because that's not really me. I just like putting out receipts and discussing and popping it off about what I got. Hell, as far as like bringing it down, hell, I don't even like the news, so shit. I mean, hell. Don't been in a situation like that. As long as we don't discuss the people you don't like, it's all good. Right. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell nobody where they could go. Hey Pammy Pooh, how you doing, sis? I go my motherfucking cousin up in the building. What's going on, cousin? She was still late though. Don't do pot like that. Laugh my ass off. Much. No, you didn't. Look, since I was proud of you, because like you be being late, like you be being late. Like when I get the notification that you're going live, I already know if I got some shit to do, I could go ahead and do it. Cause yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know that you gonna be a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I know this. For real, for real. But yeah, I just feel like going forward, we don't gotta be followers. Hell, sometimes it's good to lead your own crowd. You don't gotta be a pick me. I feel like the people beefing and they ain't did nothing to you, don't beef with people that ain't did nothing to you. I mean, that shit is weird. Now, I get that, somebody talking shit and you might want to give your, little 2 cents or whatever. That's cool. But, and speaking of it, where is my 2 at? Where is my 2 cents? I ain't seen her since Houston. Like, is she okay? I'm with you down. Fuck the news channel coming up with some more cartoon shorts off the people I roll with over here. Okay, King, because you be doing your thug thizzle. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, even say like with cousins, say if cousin beefing with somebody, I might talk a little shit, behind the scene with cousin, but I'm not about to come out here and just, I don't know. I feel like, everybody beef is their own beef, Just like when I was beefing with people, I ain't never asked nobody to tag team nobody. If you want to support me and, be in the chat, rah, cool. But I'm not going to just hit you up and be like, hey, go drag that bitch because, they was talking about me. I don't need it because I just feel like I could defend myself honestly, because I came out here swinging, for myself. So I don't need like a public defender basically. I just feel like I could defend myself, I don't want nobody beefing with somebody over my beef. Beef over your own beef. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support me in my beef and messiness, cool. But I'm not gonna just hit up Upper and be like, hey Upper, I fell out with Amber and I want you to go drag that bitch. No, I'm gonna respect Upper even more if Upper don't take a side and she still fuck with both of us and stay neutral. I feel like that's some real G type shit right there. Don't do content on the Mo3 sector. That's tons of content. They crazy over there. And I wanted to, but if I do content on them, Lolita, I have to take that shit to kick. Because when I tell you, they some reporting people over there. I mean, like, I ain't never seen this. Like, when I tell you over there, they gonna get that timestamp, and they know when they get that timestamp and they go to a laptop or a desktop, they doing business. Like, them people over there, they be calling the FBI, the SDA, the GNDA. I don't even know what all them initials mean, if they mean anything. But when I tell you, these people will call Child Protective Service, and I mean, like, I can't fuck around with them people. I had to do a reaction to one of them that I fuck with. And see, I like Queen 88, and I like Judge Fifi. It's a lot of them I like, but if I do content, I definitely would take that shit to kick. Cause yeah, no, I ain't trying to get demonetized all over again. Look, you said right, and they like to physically. Oh, that now they pulling up the people addies. You know what I'm saying? Now, hell, I ain't saying I'm a chicken, but them people over there too hardcore for me. Like, when I look at this over here, I kind of see, like, kitty shit. But over there, like, they some hardcore people. Like even on a live, if you say their name, they ready to strike you if they don't like you. And I'm like, what? I was watching 88 when I was coming from Shelby for my appointment, and her baby daddy, he a content creator. And she was like, I'm not even gonna pay your live. She said, because I know I'm gonna get my child support every Friday like normal. She said, but I don't even trust you. You might try to strike me. She was like, so I'm just gonna say what he said. And I'm like, damn, it's that deep over there. Lolita, that's what I be listening to most of the time myself. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I be over there all in they shit. And two, I be on Kick watching 2K and Amber. But when I tell y'all, if y'all haven't watched 2K last couple lives, because he ain't been on here and he been on Kick, y'all might want to watch him. 2K done fucked around and called the rehab place for Dime. Then gave him Dime phone number and everything. Then he turned around and he called someplace like a rehab house. 2K was like, I'm not going to anybody's house. Y'all trying to set me up. But then when he pulled up this little house where they go, I guess, to try to get clean, it looked like it's the hood, like where they would definitely not get clean. It looked like they would still be doing some shit because it looked like it's all around them in that neighborhood. But y'all, when I tell you, my boy is crazy. He's thrown off. He's very thrown off. Lolita said, Terry, I stopped listening and unsubscribed to a lot of them. It was way too much. Yeah, now if if you ain't with the shits, you definitely don't want to be over there. But yeah, Lolita says, when I tell you 2K is not rap tight or rap too tight or something, like, it's not a game. He done even came for Lasanda. Lasanda said, send me his number. So I sent him her the number, and she done called him. 2K was like, yeah, you sound hardcore. He was like, yeah, I ain't gonna fuck with you. He was like, you just do whatever you want to do. He was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. He was like, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. And I'm like, I get it. I definitely get it. Thank you, sis, for that Zelle. Also, I'm just now seeing it. But yeah, I don't know where the wind gonna blow me, y'all. I just say keep your notifications on. I don't even, y'all, to be honest, I need to motivate myself. Cause like Lasunda called me every day, you going live? No. Like Mo called me, you going live? No. They're like, you gonna need to go live. How you gonna make money if you don't go live? And I'm like, I just don't be feeling it. But I gotta get out of my own head, cause y'all know when I be in my head, I fucks with my own head. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think about shit, I question myself, I answer my own self. Like, a lot of times I'm in my own head, and that's not always a good thing. But I am going to try to do better, because they say if you know better, you do better. So I'm going to try to do better. I'm not going to guarantee, and I'm not going to say when I'm going to go live again, because then I will just be telling an unnecessary lie. So just make sure y'all got y'all notifications on all. That way when I do go live, y'all will know, because I don't know myself. And I'm definitely going to figure out what I'm going to talk about. I did say I have some messages with Sierra and somebody else. I said I was going to show them, but I actually messaged the person that was messaging back and forth with her. I'm waiting to see if it's okay, even though they were sent to me. I want to make sure she okay with it if I discuss it. I do know that much. Hey, Miss E, how you doing? You said you just got to come and talk to us. And that's true. That is true. I want to see what she going to say because I do still want to put out those messages. And TC, I don't care for you, and I know you don't care for me either. But if I come out with these messages, you might want to tell the story about that scam with those cash apps that was sent to you that was supposed to have been for the Sharia, but I'm hearing she only received 40 out of those cash apps. So yeah, they're in the messages. So that's kind of shady. Like to take blessings for somebody else and not give them the money. But you know, it wasn't my money. It didn't come out of my pocket. Them was y'all supporters over there. So, but TC Sierra said you reached out to her and told her the deal. And that anywho. But anywho's. But yeah, y'all keep them notifications on because I don't know when I'm going live. Hey, Sharon says you're going to have to catch that replay. And when you do, make sure you watch them good old ads. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. It's about to be 2 hours and I ain't ate nothing and I'm a little torched too. I'm thirsty. So I'm about to fix me something to eat and watch some TV. I think Amber is going live in a couple more minutes. So I got 76 people in here. Y'all make sure y'all run over there to Am. But I love y'all and thank the ones that did send a blessing, hit the thumbs up, watch the ads. All of it is appreciated. But let me hit y'all with a little music before we bow out.
Yeah. You play dumb, you play real loud, her name. Better pray for a refund. It's Dawn the realest. Real slick mouth with a smart girl aim. She don't clap back, she in the game. Keep receipts like a black book file. Drag you in silence and laugh in style. Hood rich tone with a broadcast snap. She expose you quick, then double back. Don't do stuff, she come direct. Lie once, that's disrespect. Run that. Realest. Name in your mouth, better say it right. Truth got hands and hers gon' fight. She smile on camera, the clap back loud. Fuck around, it's fine. Name in your mouth, better say it right. Truth got hands and hers gon' fight. She smile on camera, the clap back loud. Fuck around, it's fine. Truth hit hard like a kick in the chest. Try to play Don, you just failed the test. Slick with the tone, but the proof don't lie. You fold under heat, she roast you dry. She up while they petty, that's why they mad. Calling her fake, that's all Cap all said. She staying on facts, not giving her clout. Don the realest, better watch your mouth. Name in your mouth, better say it right. Truth got hands and hers gon' fight. She smile on camera, the clap back loud. Fuck around, it's fine. Name in your mouth, better say it right. Truth got hands and hers gon' fight. She smile on camera, the clap back loud. Fuck around and find out. Name in your mouth, better say it right. Truth got hands and hers gon' fight. She smile on camera, the clap back loud. Fuck around and find out. Name in your mouth, better say it right. Truth got hands and hers gon' fight. She smile on camera, the clap back loud. Fuck around and find out. Bring it out. So remember what she said. Fuck around and find out.
All right, y'all. I'm out. Y'all have a good day. And Candy Kisses, sis, if you still in here, thank you for that cash app. I love y'all. Y'all stay sucker free out here. Don't be going back and forth and catch Am. She'll be live in about 15 minutes if she ain't late. But all right, y'all. Be blessed and not stressed.